Hello everyone. I'm Andrew Iskandar, and today I'm presenting multi-objective workforce allocation for construction projects. This research has been supervised by Dr. Richard Allmendinger during my master's dissertation at the University of Manchester while working for a construction firm that provided us with the data to carry on with this research. So a brief introduction about construction project management. It is a global management task that involves several phases, including the planning, execution, and delivery of construction projects, whereby often managers have to take several decisions to optimize several goals, including but not limited to budgeting, tardiness, quality, duration, etc. Normally, construction projects are executed by allocating several resources that are not limited to material and equipment, but also labor workforce, which happen to be often the most important due to its complexity, that are often limited due to several constraints. Our contribution in this research is to complement existing literature by formally defining and solving a multi-objective allocation problem based on real construction project data. Our problem is motivated by a multi-objective resource allocation problem faced by a construction company, whereby the company has to allocate several workforce resources to execute several activities within a construction project, such as which include multiple trades such as painters, carpenters, steel fixers, etc., that are often also subdivided into different skill levels or grades. We will be optimizing three objectives in this research. First, being minimizing total project duration, which is the consecutive or the cumulative summary of each activity of a construction project, of critical activities of construction project. Similarly, minimizing cost, which is the cumulative sum of activities of a construction project, and maximizing delivery quality, which is the weight sum of the quality by which each activity in the project has been executed. We will be deploying a multi-objective evolutionary algorithm for two main reasons. First is to be able to analyze and visualize the convergence of the algorithm deployed, as well as to dive deeper into insights for the problem analysis. And obviously, a multi-objective evolutionary algorithm will be a good base to adapt to nonlinear dynamic versions of the problem. Diving deeper into the construction project data in this research, we are using data from 11 real construction projects that have been delivered between the years of 2015 and 2019. The figure on the left, figure 1, shows the normalized workloads of trades for different construction projects, and it helps us compare between the diverse construction projects that we have been using in this research. So for instance, we can compare between project P284 and P283 and notice that P284 is relatively much less complex than P283 due to the variety of different trades and the activity quantities involved. Figure 2 on the right illustrates the values of the objectives that we aim to optimize in this research, which are basically profit, which comes from the cost, and duration, project duration, and cumulative quality. In terms of the methodology, we will be deploying NSGA2, which will allow us to discover a set of trade-off solutions and our aim is to optimize, as mentioned, project cost, duration, and quality by tuning the number of resources allocated across a variety of skill levels and trades. We will be using NSGA and comparing it against random search, as well as the baseline solution, which is defined as the resource configuration used by experienced engineers at the time the project was executed. In terms of our results, our first deliverable is understanding algorithm convergence, illustrated by figure 3 shown. Figure 3 illustrates the result for 3 sample projects out of 11 projects for visualization purposes, and we are able to infer that the NSGA2 algorithm yields superior results when compared to the baseline solution defined earlier, as shown with the red star on the diagrams. The second inference is that the NSGA2 algorithm converges faster for less complex projects such as P284, which has been mentioned a while ago, whereby it is easier for the algorithm to reach solutions that is close to the Pareto front due to the fact that there are fewer decision variables and the project is easier to optimize than other projects, for example, such as P283 and P285. The second deliverable of the results is to conduct a sensitivity analysis where we vary the limit of the workforce allocated for the project. This is illustrated in figure 4, where we use the hypervolume to compare between the algorithm and where we illustrate the results by comparing NSGA2 algorithm with random search as well as the baseline solution for varying workforce limits. As we can see that NSGA2 surpasses that the results from the baseline as well as the random search algorithm, though for less complex projects, again, such as P284, random search does provide decent results that is close to that provided by NSGA2. Another inference from this is that beyond 40% of a workforce limit, of the maximum workforce limit, there is little to almost negligible increase in the hypervolume, indicating that 40% resource limit is kind of the sweet point beyond which further relaxing the constraint does not provide significant improvements to the results. Our last deliverable in terms of results is basically comparing the tangible results from the extreme Pareto points obtained from the NSGA2 algorithm when compared to that in figure 2 showed earlier. As we can see that in almost all projects, NSGA2 provided significant improvements to the 3 objectives optimized, including project profit by minimizing cost, project duration, and cumulative quality. So to summarize, we have formulated this problem as a multi-objective resource allocation problem, and we used NSGA2 to solve the problem, and we have used real construction data for 11 projects that have been executed for the past 5 to 6 years. We also compared the performance of the NSGA2 algorithm with the baseline, which is the configuration used at the time of execution of the project, as well as random search. Our study showed that the NSGA2 algorithm surpassed that of both the random search and baseline solution. And a more in-depth insight analysis showed that there were significant tangible improvements when compared to the baseline in terms of profit, project duration, and quality. These insights would help decision makers to take significant results when it comes to deciding on the limiting of the workforce at the firm, as well as the upskilling strategy. Thank you all, and I hope to see you all in the poster session to follow.